The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Basketball JUT Podcast. I'm your host, Jayden Thibeault. I'm going to talk mainly about my favorite team, the Boston Celtics. My topics today will include information on how Celtics as a team is doing and who in the NBA are leading the league in stats. Talking about certain players who are doing good and who needs to play better. I will also be adding 3 questions of basketball trivia during this segment. I will discuss a little about the coaches and how they have been so successful. Lastly, I'll talk about the Celtics games coming up and who we should be worried about and who is on the injured list. Now, time for business. My first topic we will be talking about is the different players like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Jrue Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and all of our amazing bench players like Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, and Al Horford. As we all know, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the 2 superstars for this magnificent team. Derek White and Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis are all amazing fits around the 2 stars. They have a wide variety of bench players. Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford, and Sam Hauser are all amazing bench players, and they have a big role this season for us. As you all know, the coaches are Joe Mazzulla, Sam Cassell, Charles Lee, and Phil Presley as their assistant coaches for Joe Mazzulla. These 4 coaches have all done amazing jobs. They have amazing talent. We are all very lucky to have them, and I hope they keep it up. Joe Mazzulla is a second-year head coach, and he has had this team as the first seed, the best record in the whole NBA. Why do you guys think they're doing so good? Well, I feel it's all about the fans and how they impact the game of basketball for this team. Every night, the fans bring an electric atmosphere to every home game, and we would be nothing without the fans' craziness and their intensity. Now let's do a little bit of trivia. Who scored the most points in one quarter beside George Gervin? Is it A, Steph Curry, B, Klay Thompson, C, LeBron James, or D, Trae Young?
There's a storm.
Join me, Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, to explore the town of Easton and its interesting, engaging, ordinary, and extraordinary people, and meet a smorgasbord of guests, including artists, authors, musicians, business owners, community organizations, clergy, local leaders, etc., etc., etc. Community Forum at 3 p.m. on Thursdays and 1:30 p.m. on Saturdays. See you then.
If you guessed B, Klay Thompson, then you'd be correct. The Boston Celtics are 39-12 and first in the East, and they are followed by the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are second in the East with a record of 34-16. They are a top 5 team in the league. The Cavaliers have star players Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. They have solid role players Max Strus, George Niang, Karis LeVert, and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. They have one of the best and deep rosters in the whole NBA. They have J.B. Bickerstaff as their head coach. In the West, the 2 best teams are the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Both are tied for first in the West, who have a record of 36-16. The Timberwolves have Ant-Man, also known as Anthony Edwards, leading the way as an amazing player. Mike Conley and Kat and Rudy Gobert as all amazing talents around Anthony Edwards, along with a decent bench. The Nuggets have Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and a bunch of amazing bench players to surround Nikola Jokic with his amazing talent. Now let's talk about my overall predictions and overall thoughts now about the teams Celtics are playing for the next few games. Our next game we play against the Heat, the Nets twice, and the Bulls. The game against the Heat should be a pretty solid game, as the Heat are the 7th seed, and they are 20-24, which is decent because they can easily make the playoffs still. I think, personally, Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler are both going to go off in that game. I believe the Celtics will win, but not by that much. I think the Heat will just make a few more major mistakes, as they still need help in the regular season. But folks, that should be one crazy matchup. I think the Celtics will win 120-116 for the final score prediction. Time for trivia number 2 for today. Which player has the most career blocks in the finals? Is it A, Shaquille O'Neal, B, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, C, Hakeem Olajuwon, or D, David Robinson?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, residents of Easton, friends and neighbors. This is Bill Ames,
co-host with Priscilla Almquist-Olsen of the Film Connection.
on ECAT now for over 20 years. We're very proud of that.
And we like to interview guests from Easton who have been involved in the film business.
Actors, producers. We're very fortunate today to have a producer of a film.
If you guessed B, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, then you'd be correct. The next game after the Heat, they play the Nets, who are not that good as they are only the 11th seed in the East, and their record is 20-31, which is pretty bad when you think about it. I think the Nets are definitely sneaky still, and they're going to keep this close in the first game. I think all of the Nets bench players will go off, but Brown and Porzingis and Holiday and White will also put up crazy stats. At the end of the day, we should win 115-110 in a dogfight of a battle. The next game we play is also against the Nets. This is why I think we might rest a lot of our players, because we have played a lot in the past week. I think Tatum and Brown will both be out. I think the Nets will want to come back with vengeance. They want to destroy the Celtics. So my score prediction personally is going to be 121-108 in the Nets' favor. Now let's talk about some of the games they have had recently, and about the player stats, and about the team stats in general. Celtics have won 7 out of the last 9 games. They beat the Rockets, the Mavericks, the Heat, the Pelicans, the Pacers, the Grizzlies, and the Hawks. They lost to the Clippers and the Lakers. Although we have been playing pretty good basketball, but over the last 4 games we have tended to struggle a lot more. The players have gotten in their heads a little bit. Coach Joe Mazzulla has been coaching really well, and he is a coach we are all grateful for. And he has a special talent in that industry. The teams they have been playing recently are pretty good this season. The Celtics will go against the Miami Heat at Miami in the next game, so make sure you watch and support your fellow team. Now let's talk about some player stats, like who leads us in every major category of the game. Starting off, you have Jason Tatum, who leads us in points with 26.8 and rebounds at 8.4. Derek White, who leads us in assists with 4.8. Jaylen Brown, who leads us in assists, who leads us with steals with 1.1. Kristaps Porzingis leads us in blocks with 1.9. These are all amazing stats, and they are all superstars in the near future. As far as the team stats, they average 120.1 points a game, 47.3 rebounds, 25.8 assists, 6.3 steals, 6.6 assist blocks, and 12 turnovers, and are one of the best shooting teams currently on the NBA. The team overall right now is really good this season. They are 39-12 currently. The team is top 10 in both offense and defense, which is amazing to be really good at both categories. I also really think Joe Mazzulla is 10 times more confident in himself and in his players to make all the big plays that win their games. The bench has gotten stronger as all of the players are older and more experienced. They have worked hard during the offseason as their final goal is to win the big game, which is the NBA Finals. They have always come up short of the past 2 to 3 seasons, but this is their year, where they take home the 18th banner to win the most NBA championships out of any franchise in NBA history. The Bulls, who are our next game after the Nets, are really not that bad this season, as they are the 9th seed and 25-27, which is actually really good for them. The team is somewhat falling apart in this part of the season because of all this drama with Zach LaVine and all of the good players wanting to get trade requests and leaving. All of their young and promising pieces have been amazing and key players to the success lately. I think it'll be an extra close game in which the Bulls barely squeak out a win with a score of 116-114. Are you guys ready for a final NBA trivia question? Which NBA team has made the most finals in franchise history but has never won a ring? Is it A, the Clippers, B, the Jazz, C, the Suns, or D, the Nuggets?
There's a storm.
Join me, Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, to explore the town of Easton and its interesting, engaging, ordinary, and extraordinary people, and meet a smorgasbord of guests, including artists, authors, musicians, business owners, community organizations, clergy, local leaders, etc., etc., etc. Community Forum at 3 p.m. on Thursdays and 1:30 p.m. on Saturdays. See you then.
If you guess B, the Suns, then you would be correct. Let's talk about some Celtics trades now. We traded away Lamar Stevens and 2 second-round picks for Xavier Tillman in return. I think this is a really good trade for us because Xavier Tillman is a solid bench player who played for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies solid bench minutes. Lamar Stevens, who doesn't really play that much. And second-round picks, which are not that effective for us. And then our second trade we did is we got Jayden Springer for Delano Banton, which I think is a steal for us because Jayden Springer is an amazing crazy upside athletic bench player. And DeLon Brayton barely got playing minutes for us, which I think is really good for us. Alright, let's talk about the All-Star Game, which is happening February 18th, as Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are both in it. Jaylen Brown is also in the dunk contest, as he is crazy athletic, and he has crazy mad jumping skills. I think those events should be really fun and entertaining to watch. We also have the three-point contest, who have some amazing players that are in the NBA right now. Now time to talk about the NBA in general. Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Donovan Mitchell, and Giannis are all in the NBA in points for the NBA in the top 5. We'll be talking about who leads in rebounds like Domantas Sabonis, Rudy Gobert, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, Jalen Duren, who are the top 5. Some of the rookies this season have been outstanding, like Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. This Rookie of the Year race is going to get crazy, so they're both having amazing seasons. There are a lot of injured players like Joel Embiid and Julius Randle, a lot of other key players. And Joel Embiid and Julius Randle in the All-Star Game are going to be replaced by Trae Young and Scotty Barnes. Well, folks, thanks for listening to my podcast. Make sure you tune in for next week's for more basketball or JUT discussions. Bye, everyone.